Welcome to Skywalker Boxing Media. From rappelling down Albuquerque skyscrapers to bringing you ringside, we deliver the ultimate boxing experience. Dive into exclusive interviews with everyone in the boxing world, from rising stars to legendary champions. Our veteran-owned team lives and breathes boxing, bringing you unmatched passion and insight. Don't miss out on this knockout content. Subscribe now and join the Skywalker Boxing Revolution.
Salute, salute. Welcome to Skywalker Boxing Media. Team Mo Boxing, no problem. We have a special guest tonight. We got two-division world champion, Angelo Leo. How you doing, champ?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me once again.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to introduce my co-hosts. I got Papi Chun Yayo underneath with the mushrooms.
It's Papi Chun Yayo. Heavy on the Papi, light on the Yayo.
And then I got a great historian, another military veteran. We got Josh of 86 Boxing. How you doing, Josh?
Being a history, you know. Hey, I'm good. Happy to be here. Salute to you there, Angelo. Let's go.
Hey, man. Hey, champ. We're real proud of you here in Albuquerque, man. You know, two-division world champion. You went in as an underdog against Vinal Lopez. You had the knockout of the year. You're riding on some nice momentum. You're going to be going into your first title defense, going out there to Japan, facing Tomoki Kameda. Can you tell us a little bit about your first title defense, Angelo?
Yeah, you know, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for my first title defense. It's going to be out there in Japan. I've always wanted to travel to Japan, so it's going to be a fun experience. But first things first, to get business handled, and then we'll take on the next opponent after that.
Nice.
Yeah, man, and leading up to the fight, did you you know, the energy out here and you know, in our universe kind of felt like you were an underdog and people were really pulling for the other side to win, like not giving you a chance. Did you feel that same sort of energy going into the fight?
I did, you know, and like I said to you guys earlier, it's something that motivated me is being the underdog. I knew I wasn't the underdog, and I knew I was a live dog in there, and I was gonna win. But you know, hearing all these the people like doubted me and all that, it just motivated me. I seen a lot of flaws. My whole team seen a lot of flaws in Vinalo, and we saw something that we knew we could exploit that. So we went in there and we practiced. Those shots that I threw, I know like earlier in the fight, I had thrown a lot of shots with bad intentions. So, you know, it just goes to show that, you know, how prepared I was.
Yeah, and Angelo, like I said, the knockout of the year right there in 2024. No other way to slice it. Now, when you landed that shot, heard around the world pretty much at this point, did you instantly know it was over?
No, actually, I didn't. You know, when I threw that shot, it wasn't one of those shots where I put a lot of mustard behind it, but it caught him right on the chin. When I seen the replay, it was right on the chin, right on the money, and he went down. And when I got back, when I went to the corner, to the neutral corner, I knew he wasn't going to get up just by his body language.
Hey, I can tell you from a viewing perspective, as soon as it landed, it was like, done. He's over. It's over. You know? That's good stuff right there for sure.
Right, I could hear it, bro. I was ringside. I was ringside, man, and it went nuts in there, man. The crowd was electric. You know, it was just amazing, man. Amazing night, man. If you were there.
Yo, let me describe it from my perspective.
So,
Right.
Angelo, I was telling him, man, is this? Okay. Oh, it's cutting off.
I think we got a delay. Oh, well, you know what? Let me do this real quick. Let me describe it. Yeah, let me describe it from my perspective, Angelo. So I'm watching the fight, looking for Skywalker. I'm videoing the fight, trying to catch Skywalker in the background with you knocking my man out, and I got that.
Oh,
So
really?
for us, it's like, yo, we interviewed my man before the fight. We believed in him. We wanted to assist the world with knowing who you were. You told them, and then you went and showed them. That type of experience it's priceless, baby. So we want to thank you for coming on and allowing us to be able to share you with our community so people can know who you are, because the other side needs to be told. So hats off, my man. Congratulations.
I appreciate that.
I was gonna ask you, Angelo, is Japan something that was on your bucket list as a fighter to go to? I know that a lot of people don't know, but you are nicknamed El Chinito, and you do have a little bit of Chinese blood in you. I didn't know that because I have a cousin. He's Mexican, bro, and I'm white, bro. I'm a white Mexican, so we come in different colors. I just thought you had the Chino eyes, you know, because we had a lot of Chinitos, you know, and Is it kind of to check out the culture, and was it on your bucket list, or do you have a bigger plan in the future?
Yeah, not really. I know eventually, you know, eventually in the future we do want to fight in a way, and if it were to happen, you know, it'd probably be in Japan or here in the States. So Japan has kind of been like a place I've been wanting to go, not just boxing, but besides boxing as well. Yeah, what was your question again?
No, my question is leading to kind of what you answered, man. It was Inoue. You know, Inoue wants to make that move up to featherweight, and that would be a big fight, man, a big money fight too, especially if you can take out Inoue. You took out the monster, you know what I'm saying? Your reputation as a fighter, man, will be like tenfold. You'd be like, you're the monster slayer, you know what I mean? And I just thought maybe that's like a tactical plan, you know, for you to go, you know, to defend your title in someone's backyard after you're the champ. You know what I'm saying? You should call the shots. And I think that you know, there might be a plan behind this, man, as far as, you know, sending the message to Inoue.
Yeah, there could be, you know, there could be. I know that's a fight people have been talking about, but I've also heard other plans. I also heard other plans from you know, Turkey, Al Sheikh and his team. I don't know what they have in mind, but I do know that he's planning to move up to featherweight, and I'm here for him.
Awesome. No, that's good stuff right there, Angelo. And in that regard, in terms of some of the Japanese fighters and you going over there to fight there for the first time, now, do you watch? I know you watch boxing, of course, I'd imagine, but you probably watch film, all of that stuff. But do you watch any of the Japanese fighters just like on even at just a reviewing level, like as a fan would, or only during only for scouting purposes, or do you just watch them in general?
To be honest, no, I don't actually.
Okay.
So I know Japanese does have a big boxing scene, and I have a friend out there right now. He's also another reporter, and he's giving me updates on the boxing scene out there in Japan, and it's alive and well. So that's one thing I should probably do, is tune into the boxing scene a little bit more in Japan. I have sparred some Japanese fighter in the past, and they're really good. You know, they're really good. They're crisp with their shots, real textbook. But that's something I probably should dive into.
Yeah, and nothing wrong with that, because it's certainly tough to watch live because the timing is crazy, you know, and they usually fight on like a Tuesday or something. It's like 4 a.m. East Coast, so where you're at, yeah, it's crazy time, so sure.
Yeah, it is. It is like 2 a.m. You got to be up, you know, at the crack of dawn.
Angelo, do you consider yourself to be a fighter that feeds off the energy provided from the crowd, or are you the type of fighter that beats to his own drum? And I got a reason behind that after you answer.
I'd say both, to be honest. In this last fight, I did feed off the crowd. I'll be honest with you, because I didn't really know I had that much support behind me. Like when I heard the crowd in the first round after like the few shots that I caught him with, they were really behind me, and like it kind of gave me a little bit of motivation, and a little bit more drive to want to get in there and attack. But it's a double-edged sword. You don't want to get too crazy with it because then you get caught with something. So
okay,
the
reason why I asked
the balance.
Yeah. So the reason why I was saying that is because in the fights in Japan are mad weird, bro. Like the people are so respectful that they don't even stand up, bro. They sit down the whole time, and it's just like you feel like you're in a theater with and you're having a intimate scene, and you got 1,000 people watching you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like that shit is wild.
Yeah. I did notice that about the Japanese crowd. Like they're not as rowdy as they are over here in the US.
There's
like
no energy.
Right.
But on a flip side, I did hear though that Japanese crowd when it comes to baseball is crazy. It's like they got the drums beating and all that. It's a whole different vibe.
They got cheerleaders. They got cheerleaders in their league. They get it cracking. Yeah,
but no
weird.
boxing. I know they're real respectful and they clap on the punches, they clap for knockdowns, but you don't hear them like screaming and going crazy like that.
I would practice in an environment like that if I was you, because I just it could be that little thing that would throw somebody off about a whole night's performance.
Okay. Yeah, so it's probably gonna feel like a sparring then, I assume.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but it's not.
But it's
We don't play boxing, do we?
Yeah.
That's one thing we don't do is play boxing.
Oh, sir.
So from the last time we spoke,
go ahead.
I was going to say from the last time.
Oh no, I was going to bring up.
I think it's a delay on your end, Skywalker.
I'm gonna jump out, come back in. There's a delay, bro, and it's messing me up. So I don't know. This is the first time it's happened. I got a new service, so let me see. I'll be out. I'll be right back.
Good to go.
Are we still okay? So from the last time that we spoke to you, I asked you about some of your goals, like your plan, like down the line, like what you planned on doing. Did this last fight or this last opportunity move you any closer to that point?
Yeah, it did actually. My goal in boxing is just to get as much titles as I can, and I got one more under my belt. So that's the goal, is just to keep winning, getting titles after title, eventually move up to 130. But the main goal is just to win those titles.
That's good to go right there.
Nice.
You seen some of the other champions? I take it like Nick Ball, all those type cats out there. He's an interesting little scrappy fighter. He's short, only like 5'1" or something like that. Yeah. Have you checked him out? What do you think of him just from what you've seen?
Yeah, I think I've seen a couple of his fights. I've seen him fight Ray Vargas, and I've seen him fight Raymond Ford. Okay. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. He's a champion for a reason. My hat's off to him. I can't take nothing from him. But when the time comes to fight him, we'll be ready.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah. And hey, I think you're very technically sound there, Angelo, and that could be a problem right there. And you've shown that you got that type of pop. Hey, it can come out of nowhere. And I just love how you ended that fight there with Lopez. I think it was a true statement fight right there, just thinking about it from the standpoint of one of those type of knockouts that goes down historically, and it takes something inside of you. It's something different, and you're able to pull something out like that just out of nowhere, just smashing right there. So much respect to you in that regard.
I appreciate that.
Man, bro,
I got a question from Champ Ross. It says, Leo, after that loss to Fulton, what did you have to do going back to the drawing board to rebuild your career and bounce back to where it is now?
Oh, what I have to do, I had to do a lot of, like, I'd say reflecting on my career, on me as a person. I think I was lacking a lot. I was lacking in a lot as far as like my strength training and all that. So after the Fulton fight, I got that up. Got a little bit more focused on just my style and finding out who I was as a person. And once I did that, I came back fresher and with a more motivated mindset.
That's awesome right there. I want to say, and hey, no shame in the game, and think about it. I don't know how attuned you are to the history of the sport, but when you really think about it, we've in this sort of modern era, people think a loss is like truly devastating in some type of way. And I know that can mentally affect the fighter, but it's really how you bounce back. And if you look at it from a historical perspective, yeah, losses happen and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, a fight is going to happen on that day. It's just going to be you two, men or women, there in the ring. You know what I'm saying? And you never know what's going to happen as the day changes and all that stuff. So how did sort of like taking that mentality of, okay, this is a loss. And I know it was your first loss when you lost to Fulton right there. And that's the only one you have, of course. But how did you move past that piece of it? And especially thinking about some of the historic fighters and all that stuff who have taken losses or whatever it may be. Just get yourself in that mindset that I can, continue to do my thing and become a world champion regardless of such.
Yeah, I think losing that fight and then having that 2-year layoff kind of just gave me a extra motivation because I've always loved boxing, regardless of the loss. I never lost the passion of boxing, and I think that's what drives me is the passion of boxing that I have. And when I didn't fight for those 2 years, it just made me hungrier because I know a lot of people, they would have quit, got a regular job and moved on with their life. But the way I saw it was I was young, I had a lot to prove. I know the fighter I was. It's just that night with Fulton, it wasn't my night. And I knew that I had a lot to show to the people that who I really was as a fighter. And as soon as I started fighting again, with Pro Box and I got back into the groove and they started really noticing me on Pro Box, and then I fought Plania and then Baez, and I was putting on good performances. Mm-hmm. It just gave me extra confidence and like to let myself know that okay, I do belong at this level. I am an elite fighter.
Yeah, and real quick, in regards to that 2 years, do you feel like that was like beneficial to your body or whatever in terms of recovery and all that stuff and mindset? In terms of just being off that 2 years, did you like benefit to that?
Yeah, I did. The good thing about that is that I didn't take a break during those 2 years. Like, okay. I didn't train like super hard, but I wasn't like taking a break at all. So, I was just kind of maintaining, I was learning, I was working on my craft, always in the gym, focused on learning new things and getting right. And then when 2023 came around, I started doing more strength and conditioning, getting my power up and all that. Okay. And yeah, but it was those 2 years for me. It was beneficial. I think it did preserve my body because boxing, you take a lot of wear and tear. So with those 2 years, I was just maintaining, but I wasn't fully out of shape. So I think it helped me out.
All right, good stuff.
I want to send a shout out real quick to this guy named Champ Ross. He's in our chat. He's a cool dude. He has this fantasy boxing predictions league that we do on Facebook, and it's really cool, man. He puts out like 10 to 20 fights a week, and then we just go and pick who we think's gonna win and how and stuff like that. And I had to shout him out because when we're picking these fights each week, just to see, it's whoever, just to pick it to make points, it forces some of the people who want to win the league, it forces us to actually go and watch tape on you guys, to actually look at what you're doing. Because I want to know if I'm gonna get the KO in the right round right. You know what I'm saying? And we do that. So the shout out to him. Now to you, Leo. Sorry, had to get that out there. But can you explain what your win has done for the community around you? Has it infused like a sense of pride inside the community? Have you noticed a difference?
That's a good question. I have to think about that, but I'm sure it has. You know, I'm sure it has. I know a lot of fighters in New Mexico and Albuquerque specifically. They look up to me, and
Oh yeah.
as soon as I won, you know, they were, you know, in the gym, you know, posting on the stories. You know, it looked like they got a newfound not interest, but like they were inspired for sure. But I'm sure it happens. You know, I don't really. I'm in New Mexico maybe like 3 or 4 times a year, so I can't really say. But you know, hopefully I did
No,
inspire.
yeah. I'm from Albuquerque, so let me put it out there, man. You're a hero right now, bro. You're killing it. You're inspiring a lot of good fighters, man. We got to put exposure on a lot of good fighters like Matt the Diamond Boy Griego. We got a lot of good fighters here in New Mexico that right now you're on that world level, bro. I remember right after the fight, I think you were exhausted from interviews. I didn't even want to hit you up after the fight, bro. That's why I didn't want to hit you up because I remember you went on Pro Box and you looked just tired, bro, from doing interviews and yeah, man, you're doing awesome, bro. You just if you can get unified, bro, take out the monster, bro, you'll be the top of the top, bro. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I could see that happening, man. So just keep on doing what you got to do, and we're proud of you. Like, yeah, super proud.
yeah, I
Man.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. I
Yeah,
know every time I go out there to Albuquerque, I always get stopped.
yeah,
You know, so you know my popularity out there is growing for sure.
yeah. You've matched my uncle's level. My uncle was 2 division. He was a feather and super feather. Bobby Chacon, you met him,
Oh
and
yeah, that's right. That's right.
people still talk about my uncle, man, and it's crazy, man. His legacy is still on Instagram, bro. I be going through the page and seeing my uncle's fight on Instagram, and
Yeah,
that's gonna be like that with you in the future, bro. 40 years from now, people are gonna be talking about you. So,
Mhm.
think
yeah,
so.
man.
I think so. He had some great fights with Boza Edwards.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think they fought 3 times, right?
2 times, and he fought 4 times with Bazooka Limon. But
So
yeah, Bazooka Limon, he had Fight of the Year in '82, and then right after that, he fought Boza Edwards in '83, and that was a Fight of the Year. So he was a back-to-back Fighter of the Year, consecutive, with
yeah,
Ring Magazine.
yeah,
So
cool. Shout out to him.
yeah, thanks. I got that picture, man, that you sent me, bro, of when my uncle was at an event with you, I guess, when you were a kid.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that was like back in 2011, 2012, 2011. It was in
yeah.
an amateur event.
And I got a question from Thomas from the Bronx. Salute to Thomas. He's a good partner. He goes, "How does he feel about the other guys in your division? How do you feel about the other featherweights, man?
I think
Anyone?"
I think they're all pretty good. I think they're all pretty good. But me being who I am, you know, I think I could take them all.
Good stuff. Hey, and real quick, and this kind of aligns with the question Ernest had asked because I had a question right here on my screen that was thinking of. I was gonna ask, how does it feel as a world champion? Now, before you answer this, I'm just thinking about it from the perspective of it's kind of I imagine a, a there's a high and then there's a focus on okay what's next in terms of you get to this point you want to become world champion, you become world champion, now everybody is gunning for you. So how does it feel like for you? You won the title, and I'd imagine the emotions were running high right then in the moment. You can see that type of stuff, but what's that done for your like mindset now in terms of thinking about, hey, you're the man that they're gunning for. Everybody, all these young fighters coming up and all of that stuff, they're like, they just see the champions up there and they're in that same mentality. How do you feel?
Oh, it's what I wanted, you know. This is what I signed up for, and this is I gotta take it. It comes with the territory, you know. I gotta take it how it is. And I was once in their position, and I gotta realize I gotta keep that in mind every day. That just as bad as I wanted it, they want it, you know. And I can't let them take it because I worked too hard for it. and also I'm also gunning for more titles, and I'm still that hunter. You know, I'm not only the one hunted, but I'm hunting as well. So I got to just keep that mentality of always trying to progress and keep excelling.
Hey, look, I want to encourage you to do something because I'm a fan. I'm a when we the type of people, our panel, we're the type of people that when we decide to do something, it's not talk. There's action that goes behind it. We actually make the difference that we want to make, right? So I'm going to encourage you to use the energy that you. Being a champion is rare. Being a champion where you come from is rare. So I want to encourage you to use your status right now in your community to maybe have some kids come to the gym, and maybe you sign some t-shirts for them. You know what I mean? Maybe the inspiration is needed because we got to get the kids off the streets. We got to get the guns out of their hands, and discipline of the sport is the way to do that, right? So
Hey,
I
Ernest,
want
he
to
does that though,
encourage
man. He does meet and greet with the community, man. And
you.
you were there. You had a line of people, man. And
Yeah.
he's there signing the autographs. And yeah, Angelo's really good about that, man. With all the
I
people, man.
encourage it. Just use your energy. There are sponsors of people that would get behind you and actually pay for these things. The only thing you got to do is show up.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. Yeah.
philanthropy.
We got something cooking out there in my hometown of Albuquerque. We're just getting all the logistics going, but we do got something similar to that, and we'll get it going in the next few months.
And let us know, man. We'll shout it out on our channel. Be like, hey, look, you guys, Angelo's having an event here. Guys, make sure you sign up early because they running out of room. The asses is in the seats. You feel me?
I'll let you know.
All right.
Hey, and just real quick for clarity. So, Angelo, you're based in Las Vegas?
Yeah, I'm in Las Vegas right now.
Okay, yeah. I know that's like we've said it, or at least I know I've said, and it seems like boxing consensus. That's sort of like the boxing capital, though Saudi Arabia is certainly making a run right now. But yeah, how do you like it out there? You feel like that has been beneficial being in a place like that, Las Vegas, where for the most part, a lot of the major fights take place there on the strip and all of that stuff. Do you feel like that's been beneficial?
I think so. I think so. This is the whole reason why I moved to Vegas is for the boxing, and I think it has been beneficial as far as just getting out there and going to the fights and showing face and all that. So I think it is beneficial.
Okay, good to go. Yeah, I was wondering because I haven't been to Vegas. I've had a couple opportunities. I was gonna go and hadn't been there though. But I'm gonna try to get out there at some point here soon. But yeah, I was just wondering from that perspective because I know there are some marquee gyms out there. Of course, you were at Mayweather with that gym, and I'd imagine also there's that element of course, the celebrity and all that stuff being there in Vegas too, because a lot of people come there and party and all that stuff. So I'd imagine it could have some distractions as well. But when you got a focused mindset, of course, do what you got to do to block that out,
Yeah, exactly. There's a time and place for everything, So, when it comes down to boxing, I'm always locked in, and I'll go out here and there, but for the most part, it's boxing.
Okay. Is it true that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas?
That's what they say. That's what they say. You just have to come out here and figure that out.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Vegas, shout out to Nonito Donair's family just popped in. There's Jerry, that's his father-in-law. Said, "What's up, Angelo and Skywalker? What's up?"
Yo, hey, look, I ain't just gonna let y'all act like it ain't people still dressing up like Elvis in Vegas. You got you still got people dressing up like Elvis in Vegas, bro. That's wild, bro. You got everything from midgets to Elvis. There's could be a lot of things that could go sideways out there. Please, my guys, make sure you stay locked in for us. We depend independent. We need that energy boost for the community. Do it for the community.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Angelo's a little off topic, but Raheem from Prote, he runs the World Boxing Bureau. It's an up and coming sanctioning body. He asked if you have any advice for an up and coming sanctioning body.
Man, I wouldn't know anything about that, to be honest.
The business end,
I wish I could say something about that, but that's not my line of work or anything like that.
yeah. And then Team Donaire, Dr. Jerry says you're all work, man. Hard worker.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, Angelo. I don't want to waste too much of your time, but I'm excited about your upcoming title defense, seeing you back in action in May 24th, right?
May 24th.
And it's going to be an early morning, right? So here stateside, it'll probably be real early in the morning.
Yeah, I'm assuming. Let's see how they do it, but I'm thinking it's probably gonna be early morning.
Yeah. Man, we wish you nothing but luck, brother. You guys have anything?
Hey, listen, y'all know where to find me at. Do you know where you got a landing spot, Angelo?
Say that again.
I said, sorry, disregard. Hey, if you guys want to follow Angelo, you can look at the bottom of the screen, scrolling across the bottom. We have a way to get in touch with him. Y'all make sure y'all get on there, follow, show love, share his videos. You know what I mean? And again, my guy, thanks for coming on. We appreciate you coming and talk to us. We're here just to make the sport better and keep it moving. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, Angelo. Great chatting.